for Pam, I did pictures for, there was this group of young ladies that I did an event for, that I shot the pictures, and then one of the young ladies became my mentee, and she was just so talented, and she was so passionate about taking pictures, and she was like, so what made you start taking pictures? And then that's when I was like, well, a special person of mine started doing photos first, and then that's when I was just like, I watched him, and I actually was just like, if he can do it, let's see what I can do. But what I must say, I'm not better than him. I would never say that I'm not better than him, but I can say he actually taught me a whole lot.
And that's true. So real quick, we're just now having people coming on here. So Chanel, we'll come back and do some revamping or touching on some questions, because they're like, oh, I missed the first half. So real quick, everybody, I want you all to see who I have on here with me. This is my guest. And Jessica said, hey, gang. Real quick, I want you guys all to know that Chanel is all here talking about what it had taken her from leaving the boardroom to becoming her own CEO. So we had talked about how she had faced, well, first of all, how she jumped. How many of you are out here who are like, you know what? I really thought I could do it. I thought I could hang into where I am, and I want to jump. I don't recommend it, but I can tell you, this young lady, she did it. She did jump. Now, let me say this. When she jumped, I knew what she was doing. So I seen the work before she even started jumping. And so, Chanel, real quick, tell them what else you used to do before you did the graphic design. Because no one believes me. I keep telling them, right? They're like, nuh-uh. I go, yeah, she did. So tell them what else you did.
I did photography. A lot of people really don't know that I did it, because that was just like something that I was just playing around with. But with me playing around with photography, it actually showed me the different things that I could do with a camera. Because with me, I'm very photogenic, and so are my kids. But my daughter, if I can tell you that she stays in front of my camera 24/7, TikToking it out all day. Like, that's what I can. But photography, it really was a challenging one. It was very challenging because I didn't really know too much about the functions and the different depth of fields that you have to use. But I had a special someone that actually taught me a lot about photography, and I watched him on shoots, and then to see him be so creative with his work and the way that he actually made the customer feel comfortable. I was just like, I really want to do this. I really want to see how I can really make things happen. So I just started shooting stuff with my camera at first. Because I went on campus and took like a couple of pictures of like cars driving by, and then I took a picture of a couple of buildings, and then I held my phone up in the air, and it was just one unique photo that I really fell in love with. And then I was like, oh, I didn't know my phone can do that. So then by actually because I went to the store and I found a camera, and I was like, okay, let's do this. Let's get it up out the way. And I did it, and I was just like, so many people was like, I need senior pictures, I need family pictures, I need this, I need that. But I can say I'm not better than my little mentee that actually taught me, because she is one of the best.
I have to agree. I have to agree. So true. So true. So true. So with that being said, Chanel, let's talk real quick about, since the ladies has missed the first little bit of where we talked about when you were in being AC, working in the boardroom. Let's talk a little bit. How did you feel about working in the boardroom? Just tell them a little bit about you working for someone else, and how did that make you feel?
Ooh, working for someone else. I felt like I was basically living their dream and not really putting the time and the effort into my own dream, my own passion, and sitting at a job from 9 to 5, or sometimes I'll work to close. And it was just like, is this what you really want to do? You really want to be sitting at somebody else's job, closing their store, cash handling, doing a lot of different things? No, that is something that I was not willing to do, because myself told my inner self, was like, hey, self, you need to get together, because this is not your passion. This is not where you want to be. So self and self had a conversation, and I was like, okay.
I know that's right. I understand. But it's true though, because we sit behind everyone else's dreams. There's so many of us that sit behind someone else's dream, and we allow their dream to hide our dreams behind them. So I so agree with you on that part of where, you do get tired of running everybody else's dream when you have your own dream to go after. With that being said, how did you know it was time to go? Since they didn't hear us, so let's just say that.
Ooh, when it was time to go, you already know the situation. I knew it was time to go when I was just like completely fed up. Because normally I don't get fed up with jobs. I just don't take nobody's mess. Whoever is friends with me or, very close to me, they know I don't take the mess. Like, to me, I felt like I was that I was being taken advantage of. I felt like they were trying to give a position to somebody else to make me jealous or to make me upset or angry. But I didn't give them no reaction. I looked at them and I was like, you know what? I'm sorry, but this is not going to work out between me and you. This whole, me trying to create your dream type of thing, it's not going to work for me. But I actually spoke from the heart, because a lot of people know me as like speaking like straightforward, and because I try to give people the real me.
Right.
But I didn't get ignorant. But so many, the lady looked at me like, and she was like, well, you are not going to be nothing but as soon as you leave here. And I looked at her like, I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. Then I turned around and I walked away and she was just like, what is that supposed to mean? Exactly what I said.
Right. And that's good. I'm glad, girl, we have so many comments. So let me stop real quick. We have hey lady. I know, right? I told you it's so easy. And you were like, oh, girl, this is fun. So we have hi gang from Jessica.
Hello.
Elisa says, hey ladies. Tekka says, hey ladies. Jessica comes back and says, wow. Jessica also says, sister, you touched my soul.
Oh,
Tekka says, you better yourself together. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Jessica says, you just reached down and touched my heart. Thank you. I'm so glad. Elisa said completely fed up, and she said yes. And so I want everyone, and ladies, the reason why I want you all to understand about the mindset when you're leaving the court, when you're in the boardroom and you're leaving to be your own CEO, it's a hard transition. And I want you all to understand, as I said before, we're going to start making this like our huddle, where we're here to support each other. There's no competition. We're going to walk hand in hand together, and we're going to do this as a team. Now, with Chanel, and I am super proud of her, because I remember that day that you were like, Pam, I am done. And I'm like, okay. I remember that day.
I just went to lunch, and I'm just like, I normally don't call Pam when I'm on my lunch, because there be so many people around me. But this day, I was just like, Pam, listen, today I'm about to jump. She was like, no, don't do it just yet. Don't do it just yet. You got to have a plan before you jump. And I jumped.
She did. She did jump, ladies. You see, we're laughing. It's funny now, but that night we were like, okay, what we going? Remember, we had our paper out. Okay, like what we gonna do? What you got going on? Okay, how many? Remember, we were doing that for a minute. We're
We
like,
were doing that for like 4 hours that night. Like you called me, you like call me when you get home.
so yeah, I remember that. But we did. But you know what? Look where she's at. And so I want you all to know that the reason why I want you all to understand, we've been there. Understand, I still sit in a corporate job, at least I'm in a different position. But I sat at a corporate job where I was just like, oh my goodness, I don't know how much, I had a breakdown because I thought, I'm looking around and I'm like, this is it? There's no more for me. I'm doing something for somebody else and I'm not doing anything for myself. And I then, how about this, ladies? I even then went and asked other women around me. And I got a lot of, well, if I had some money, I also got, if I had time. Then the last one was, I don't even know what my what's next is. And right then and there, I had really got down to business. I started really working on myself first because I cannot be where am now if I didn't work on myself first. So I worked on me first and I created this podcast. So know that you are being supported by someone, women, as Chanel and myself and 1,000 more women, that we got your back. We're here to create a supportive tribe on whatever you want to do. But no, don't sit behind a desk or behind someone else's dream to let your what's next just float away because you're cheating us out. Imagine if Chanel did that. I mean, you guys see all my logos, it's Chanel. Okay, let's go ahead. It's Chanel. I'm not even going, I'm just telling you, it's Chanel. Every logo you've seen, it's Chanel. So I want you, can you imagine though, if she didn't do her passion, if she didn't do her purpose as God had wanted her to do, imagine where we would be at. So note that, pay attention. You all have passions and purpose here in you. You just have to know that your tribe is here. And if you won't even talk about it, we're here for you. But no, don't sit behind someone else's dreams and goals to let your what's next float away. Tekka says, self get yourself together. Just jump. He did. And then Elisa said, reality check. You're right. It's a huge reality check into knowing your mindset. So note that, and Chanel spent a lot of time with herself. We're going to have another conversation because a lot of women won't do it. A lot of women are scared of what they see. A lot of women are afraid of themselves. But and let me say this, I was one that I didn't want to know my true self. I wanted to worry about everybody else until God says, okay, I didn't give you enough chances. Now we're going to do it my way. And here's where I am now. Yes. And so, right, time with ourselves. And we have to learn, whatever you face, whatever you're going through, whatever you have to spend time with yourself, face it. Don't let it hold you back. I did. I let it hold me back for a moment. And then I just like, you know what? I was just so worried about everybody else. And I won't say the judgment piece. I was just afraid of fear and fear holding me back. Now I face fear and I go after it. So I want you all to know, me working in the boardroom has taught me how to face fear and knowing that fear doesn't control me. Actually, I control fear and I learn from fear. And I learned that from Beyonce. I have to say, I really learned that from Beyonce. In one of her talk shows, she had talked about how she had faced fear. She broke down and faced fear and cried, but then learned how she is where she is now from learning from fear. Mm-hmm. So we all have fears. Just note that you need to go after your what's next. Chanel, what do you have to say to that? We have topics coming in.
I feel that is so totally true. And the reason why that I can agree with it, because there has been times that I've cried. There has been times that I like literally had a mental breakdown because I didn't know what I was going to do and how I was going to make it and things like that. But it all comes about comes back to exactly what you said about self-love. I had to love myself first before there was a chance for me to stand on my own 2 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just felt like standing by myself first was one of the hardest things.
Yeah.
But I've always had people supporting me, but the support was there if I just needed to stand up and if I just needed to walk a little like a little further down the line.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much about me being scared. It was more so that I was afraid to start my own business because I didn't want to fail. I didn't want to not be able to provide for my family. I didn't want to not try to leave a mark here. Like, but it was more so that I just had to face that fear.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like riding on a roller coaster the first time that I thought of the whole plan of becoming a graphic designer. It was like a roller coaster. Because I went up, then I'm like, okay, we gonna do this. And then once I got the courage, it went back down. And then once I got the courage up the following week, it went back up. But it was just like the up and down situation, back and forth. And it took me so long to really think about what I wanted to do. Because trying to leave corporate, I really wanted to leave, but then my heart was like, no, girl, you just want to stay here. You just want to be these people's best friend. No, I did not want to be nobody's best friend. Like, that's the thing. Like, but my heart kept telling me, like, walk back into the building and just be friends with them. Just say you sorry. No, there was no sorries for me because I didn't listen to my heart that day. Like, she was upset. Like, I was like, you just about to be mad today because today we about to jump and we about to be big. And once I took that jump, like, I was like, if I got home, then I tell you, I walked through my front door and this was the first thing that I did. I kicked off my shoes and I was just like, yes, I did it. Finally. I finally got the courage to do it. Cause it took me some weeks to really think about it. Like, cause I was just like, no, I don't think I'm going to do this today because I got to think about bills. I got to think about my kids. I got to think about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But then I jumped. Then I start to design my logos. I start to get a bunch of clients. And then once I got the clients, there was just like, I don't know what type of magic happened, but word went out crazy. Like, so many people was hitting me up in Columbus Black Business, like, I need you to do this logo, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. Like, and I'm like, hold up. Where did all y'all come from? It was just like, because I think that it happened throughout the night because everybody was like, I seen your logos, I seen your work. I was referred by Pam. So many people, like, they was like, I was referred by Miss Pam, I was referred by this person, I was referred by that person. But it was just so many people coming. And I was just like, okay, I got to figure out some type of way to slow down the process real quick so I can get these orders in and get them out. Honey, I had to really had a mental think with myself and was like, listen, you got to get a pen and piece of paper and write down each order. Because at the time, because I had like the first MacBook and the MacBook was working, but I was just like, I'm going to stick with it for a minute. This year, I finally got a brand new MacBook and Pam was just like, oh, you like that one, don't you? I said, yes, I do. Yes, I do, because we have the same exact one. Like, and I said, Pam, thank you, girl. Thank you so much. Because listen, I was not going to go for no MacBook Air. I was just like, I couldn't, because like, like the Photoshop kept freaking clashing and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was just like, okay, something gotta give. Something gotta give. And then Pam showed me this site called Canva. And then that's when I started to like really like start thing like I'm like, oh, okay, you can do a lot of things on here. Okay, I'm just gonna play around with it for a few days. I played around with it and I was just like, oh, okay, well, we got to get the work in there. I got the orders in so fast. Like, people was like, she actually got my she actually got my logo done within 24 hours. Some say that I got it done within the next day. Like, some was like, okay, well, this was pretty fast. And then once I start to receive clientele, I actually started to tell them, like, can you leave a review? Because most people, they don't ask a customer to leave a review or something like that. But I basically go with a company that actually has a lot of reviews. Because I don't care if it's like one bad review, because we all have that one bad review that goes left and goes crazy. And then I was like, okay, I haven't had a bad review, but the thing is, I try not to have those, because I just be like, I'll be trying to make them so satisfied. Like, I'll be trying to go above and beyond, like, cause man, this job, it comes with a lot of work, a lot of dedication, a lot of, focus and drive. Because I'm telling you, because I'll be up all night till like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, people like, I need to place an order. Okay, well, you got to wait till 3 hours before I wake up, because I got to get like at least 3 hours of sleep at the most. At the most.
But you did. But look what you did with determination, with fear. I mean, look where you're at. So real quick, we're going to take a break. And I know you're tired, because I'll keep asking you questions, keep asking.
Oh no, keep them coming.
Alisa said, great tip. But real quick, I'm going to let you take a break real quick, and we got another sponsor for this show. If someone wanted to get in touch with you, Chanel, how can they, and where can they find you at?
You can reach me on Facebook, which is Rinke website and logo design. And that's also my Instagram name. You can reach me on Twitter at Rinke Designs. You can also give me a call at 614-429-4375. You can also reach me by my website, which is www.Rinke website and logo design LLC.com. I know that's a whole lot.
It is, but we're going to work on it. Listen, I got her to this point.
Yes,
I got her to this point. So let's leave her alone. I'm gonna get her. We got her here. But real quick, you guys, I want you guys all to see. You see the blue logo up in the corner? Chanel did that. So you guys have to know she is the one. She does all. I wish we could list a whole bunch more, but I have more logos. But this is the logo for the What's Next podcast for women. But she did this for me. So if you're looking for someone who's needing some services, or if you're looking for logos, websites, brochures, anything, she is your woman. I definitely will drop her information in the feed below, or as well as you will see it later on. So if you're coming back in the replay, you'll know where you can find where you can connect with Chanel. But ladies, if you are, you're thinking about leaving that corporate world, or you're thinking about, okay, so if I leave then and be my own boss, what is it going to take? Chanel is your woman. She has shown you that she's doing it, and she's doing it super well. Like I said, no, you have to make sure you have a good tribe. The support team. Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. Alisa did too. Yes, she did. And so with that being said, you have to create a great supportive team, because without that supportive team, you can't do it alone. I tell Chanel all the time, you can't build your business alone. You have to have that team, and you have to have that team that supports you. So if you're looking for someone to support you, hi, Michelle. Thank you for joining us.
Hi,
if you're looking for a tribe or a huddle to help support you, and I'll explain the huddle in a minute, we're it. What's Next podcast is here. If I can help you, I have thousands of women such as Chanel. We go arm in arm and we support each other. So let me know. I'm going to give her a minute to catch her breath and then we're going to change it a little bit. But I want everyone to know, as we had talked about earlier, we had talked about, you're seeing so many women coming in here where, excuse me, where people are talking about, or women are seeing your business, and as well as you wanting to get your business out. Well, do like Elisa Hurt does. Elisa Hurt is the CEO of Hurt and Poet LLC. She is your content writer that will flex your voice through her writing. If you're looking for someone to do some writing for you, she is your contact. If you want to get in contact with Elisa, you can actually find her on her website at www.hurtnpoet, yes, HURNTNPOETLLC.com. Elisa, I got it, girl. I got it. But she is your woman. If you're looking to have your your business advertised as what Elisa does here on the podcast or even in the magazine, drop it in the feed and I definitely will connect with you so we can do some advertisement with your business. Real quick, Michelle says it takes a village. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And then she says, hey, ladies, thank you for joining us. Elisa, now I did it right, girl. So, and listen, so Elisa, if I mess it up any other time besides today, remember, they made up for it all, girl, because I reel it off like that. Oh, I'm just messing with the ladies. Know I love to clown with them and I love to have fun because you know what? We go through a lot. You know what I mean? And so why not have fun? Why we do what we love is have fun. So I do believe in that. So we're going to flip it a little bit and we're going to ask Chanel some questions outside of business. If anyone has any questions for Chanel, drop them in the feed below. We will definitely work on those questions. I will ask them. We'll actually tackle the questions here. If you guys want, it's all about Win Wednesday. I want to hear what your wins are. You guys are popping in here. You guys are doing some amazing work on doing some questions, interacting with us, which what we love to do. Hey, Bassa, thank you for joining. Elisa said laughter is good medicine. And ladies, I'm going to come to clown, at the right time. Because I will come to clown. Girl, I will. Because, we got a lot going on. So we got to loosen up. Right? So now, real quick, what is one of your favorite quotes?
One of my favorite quotes. I have a lot of quotes. I don't really have a favorite one. I basically made up one today myself. Okay. And it says, her story is graphic design. That is one of my favorite quotes because I feel like with us being women, we have a lot of history, herstory in the world now. Like, so with me being a woman in graphic design, like you don't really see that too much because you see more like a male thing for this males just like designing, doing photography, because there's a lot of men that are out here that are actually doing a lot, but you never see a woman does it.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like women, we actually do it phenomenally. And I can say that because we have a lot of heavy hitters that is on our team. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of people that do so much, but I feel like my favorite quote is herstory. And it's not really a quote, it's just a saying. So herstory can be like, your herstory is phenomenal, or something pertaining to you. So that is my new word for the day.
I like that. Herstory. Okay, girl. Look at you. See? All right. I'm going to have to put that on there. Herstory. Okay. Love it. One part of the segment of the show we've started to doing is, as you all know, I love to be empowered through our mindset. And one way to empower our mindset is reading. So we do I take a few moments, and now there is a segment that we do is book on the bookshelf. So I'm always ask my guest, the co-host, actually my co-host, what book are you reading? So what book are you reading, Chanel?
I am still reading Michelle Obama's Becoming.
Yes.
He is one of my favorite because with her being the first Black first lady, it really, like, she is one of my favorites. She is very phenomenal. She actually did so much for the country, her husband, her family. And, and that is one of my role models. Like, Michelle showed me that no matter the color of your skin, your race, you can do it. Because you can be the president and you are a female. Like, just look at the vice president. I still don't know how to say her name yet, but Miss Harris. She is the first Black woman vice president, and we never had that. So that actually speaks volumes to the both of them, because they both sat out and they did it. Like, I don't care what color my skin is. I don't care what kind of history that is there. There is not just going to be males sitting on the stage no more. It's going to be females, because like a sooner or later, you're going to have a female come in and be like, hey, I'm about to run for president. Okay, well, go ahead and do that.
Right. You're right. I love that. I've listened to it twice. And it's so
second time. Listen.
Yeah, me too. All right, girl, you don't have to tell me. I love some Becoming, and I love that book, and I'm glad we're talking about it for the second time, because last week co-host, she talked about it too, and she loved how it moved her and how it motivated her. And I have to say, it motivated me too, because even to the point of, let me just say this, and I say this a lot, but look at Michelle's age. She let age not to stop her, define her. She went out and she rocked what she has to do, regardless of her age. So I want everybody to understand that Becoming book is so powerful in so many ways that if you have not read it,
please read it. Please
get it, because it is a phenomenal book. Now I'm going to say this: I don't read books.
You listen to books.
Right, I listen to books. Tell them, Chanel.
She listens to books. She actually got me start listening to books, and I love it. I ain't got to read. I ain't got to flip the page. I could just listen, and it's so much better. Because
it is. So if anybody's out there, well, how can I listen to a book? Actually, now, if you want to go, Audible now has where I'll drop it in the link, and you can use my link, and actually I can give you 30 days of Audible for free. You can try it for free from Audible. So it's a gift from me to you. I will drop the link below so you guys can check out Audible for free for 30 days. And anything Becoming is excellent. And the best part is Michelle reads it. So that's what even was.
That's even the best part.
Wasn't that the best part? She read it to us. I was like, oh my goodness, my mentee is really reading it to me. So I just felt even extra special. Yeah. Everybody that is out there, before we wrap it up, we want to know, what's your win? It's Win It Wednesday. So drop your win below. Let us know what your win is. You know me. Okay, I'm having a good time. And so I love to celebrate. So why not celebrate your wins? So drop your wins in below. If you're not sure what a win is, let me help you out a little bit. A win is a goal that you set. Now, I create with my tribe to understand not a huge goal. We're going to go for small goals, because once we and they and us and all of us reach a small goal, then the bigger goal is so obtainable. It's crazy, and we can reach it with no problem. If you're needing help setting a goal, drop it in the feed below. I definitely will be in contact with you. But we want to hear, what's your goal? What's your win for this week? You'll hear ours in just a few minutes. So with that being said, Chanel, what is a self-care that you do for yourself? What's some self-care things you do?
Now you should know that already.
I do, but they don't.
My self-care is I love to get my hands and feet done. I just like to have some me time. The other day I actually had some me time at the mall. I went to Starbucks, I did a little shopping. Shopping is one of my biggest self-care things because I am, do not nod your head like that. I am a big shopper. I love to shop. I love to buy my kids stuff. I love to buy stuff for the house. A lot of different stuff I just love to buy because like I'm just a shopper. Like, cause I could say majority of my money goes to Bath and Body Works. That's one of my
And we're not getting, let me say this, we're not even getting paid by Bath and Body Works. However, if you guys out there know needing someone to be your spokesperson, is your person. Because I promise you, she knows all about the different scents, the smells, everything about Bath and Body. I know. She got me like one day for my birthday. She's like, Pam, what do you want? Well, does it smell like this? Okay. I love Bath and Body Works, but not to that point. So Bath and Body Works, if you're looking for a spokesperson, she's your woman.
They actually have.
Yes, they do. I know. I got the email. I got it.
Yes.
So everybody, you know, and I talk about self-care because it's so important, especially we as our own, being our own CEO, we have to remember to take care of us, because if we don't take care of us, then we can't take care of you. So it's so important to go out here and do some self-care. Now I'm with Chanel. I love to shop. I love to window shop. So if I just tie up my yeah, you see, that's why we don't do it together. But I love to window shop, put my tennis shoes on, and I could go walking. I just love to go walking. I like to be, you know, just out. So that's my self-care. And I do love Audible. I can't even tell you how many books are in my library right now, but I do love my Audible books as well. And that's my self-care. Before we end, we're almost at the end of the show. This time has gone by fast. Gone by real fast, Miss Lady. So with that being said, what's next?
My what's next is to become amazing and phenomenal. That's my what's next.
So how are you going to do that?
I'm going to do that by setting goals, something that I don't do every day. I know you get on me all the time about setting my goals. Setting my goals, accomplishing them, making sure that I set the correct standards for not only myself, but my business, making sure that I'm promoting myself daily. Because lately I haven't really been promoting myself like I'm supposed to. But
I understand.
But yeah, just basically staying on task, making sure that I can complete my goals, and if I make things happen, then I just keep doing some amazing logos and websites.
Absolutely. We'll keep it going and keep it going. You're doing it and keep rocking. I hope you see the sign above me. It says think big. So I want you to think big, and I'll put it up there and it will stay up there because I want us all to think bigger than where we are now. So think about what's next and what is your guys' what's next. You guys, the time has gone by so fast. It has been something. Elisa says time to dominate. It is, Elisa.
Yes.
It's time to dominate. So with that being said, before we wrap it up, okay, ladies, we're waiting on what's your win for this week. While we wait for the win, so Chanel, what is your win for this week?
My win for this week is to stay focused, and keep the drive.
That's good. Because it's hard. It's hard when you're your own CEO and you're at home to keep motivated, to keep driving, keep focused. But you know I'll help you through it, girl. You know I'll help you through it. Real quick, everyone. So my win is this. I am I have been named as a top 25 courageous woman, businesswoman of the year. And so here's the magazine with me in it, as well as a flyer. Yeah, it's exciting. Really exciting about that. But I want everyone to know that we are out here doing our thing. We do it with the huddle. And so let me go real quick. So huddle. You will hear me saying it. You heard me saying it throughout. Huddle is actually a book written by Elisa, are you on? I forget the lady's name. We'll get the name, but she has talked about a huddle, and the writer was a CNN reporter, and she noticed that when she was traveling around the world doing reports on women groups, support women out here doing. Thank you, Elisa. Doing a report on women, such as the Women Matters, Lives Matter, and she was out and she had noticed that a lot of women are creating sisterhood. But she noticed what created this difference is the sisterhood was where they were going arm in arm and they were facing it together and they knew that they had a support group. And though that the huddle was not a huge huddle, it was different pods. It was different people that created the book, that created that. I'll let you know who was written by. So you will start hearing huddle will be here who will start being referenced to What's Next podcast for women, because I feel we are creating a huddle. We're creating this bond between each other that we're unstoppable, and we can be unstoppable with our locking arms with each other and going after our what's next. So note that you will hear that more as we go through the year, but that's where it's at. So, Chanel, thank you, girl. This was fun.
This was fun.
I told you.
It's always fun.
It is always. So again, if anybody wants to know how to get a hold of you, Chanel, where can they connect with you at?
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram, which is the same exact name, DR Rinke website, Ben Logo, Ben Design. Or you can find me on Twitter at DR Rinke Designs. Or you can give me a phone call at 614-429-4375. Or you can reach me at my website, which is www.drrinkewebsite.LLC.com.
So I will definitely have all that information in. Elisa, thank you. She dropped the author of the book, who is Brooke Baldwin, who has written Huddle. You guys got to read it. That's one day we're going to talk about that on the show here, how Huddle is going to impact What's Next podcast for women and how it will start playing a part in the What's Next podcast for women. Well, you guys, this was fun. As you see, time has came and gone with another amazing co-host. As I told you, I'll be bringing some powerhouse on. So, Chanel, what is the last piece of advice you would like to leave our viewers and listeners?
My last piece of advice, ladies, is be determined, be focused, and when it's time for you to take that jump, just go ahead and just dive right into the ocean for me.
Ladies, she did an amazing job. She jumped and look where she's at. So I want everyone to know, if no one has not told you yet, you guys rock and you guys are amazing. Know that you only have one life and live that life to your expectancy, no one else. And I want you all to know to take care of yourself. And at the end here, we want to just give a moment of silence to those who have lost their lives, especially we just had, sadly enough, another young lady here in Columbus, Ohio, who's lost her life. And we just want to give I just want to give a moment of silence to her, to just honor her. And we'll just give a moment and then I'll come back. Well, ladies, I want to thank you for all you have done. I really want to thank you for even taking the time to stay here and stay connected to us. We had fun. We had a ball. If you have any questions for us, still keep them coming in. I will definitely pass them to Chanel even after the show. If you guys are looking to where you can connect to her, again, we'll send those over. I will put it in the feed where you can connect with her, or I'll have her do it because you know how I am. You guys know. You have to ask Elisa on how to help me. So,
I cannot with you.
you know how, I'm just going to be admit. I know my downfalls. But everyone, thank you so much. Be on the lookout for next week co-host as I bring another one on here, and we come here with the What's Next podcast, and we do a huddle again. Until next week, you guys, take care. You're amazing, and be safe. And oh yeah, you guys, can you mask up so we can get through this, please? Until next time, everyone. Bye.
Bye, you guys.